Greetings and salutations, friends. I have questions. My question for you this week is, what is the most annoying mob to deal with in Minecraft? Is it the Ziglin? Is it Enderman? Is it the Ender Dragon? Is it Guardians? Well, I'm going to start this, whatever you want to call this bit, because I've been away for a bit. I've been away for a couple of weeks because I've been playing on ISV. I have had a fabulous time playing on ISV, but it is definitely time for me to kind of like return and play on this world for a bit. So I am starting off down here in my Guardian farm, which I have decked out to look like a oil rig. Now, I have been streaming for the past couple of days, just kind of like getting warmed up playing on this thing again. And I'm kind of like, the interior just used to be a cave. So you can see, I'm using blackstone, I'm using I want to say grimstone. I'm totally going to call it grimstone from now because that's really what it should be called. I'm going to be using stone, and I'm going to be using quartz, I think, in the ceiling. I've just started placing some quartz down up here. I've run out of these resources, but I want to make the inside of this build look cool. I've run out of resources. I ran out of time to stream as well, which I was kind of expecting to do. So I need to be doing. I have got a bit of a materials list together. I need to grab myself. Essentially, I need one shulker of quartz, smooth quartz at that. I'll get the pillars, I think, at the same time. I need a shulker of blackstone. I think I can find that in my storage room, and I'm going to get a shulker of deep slate as well. So for the quartz, I thought I'd come here to the Mason Villager Trading Hall. I mean, obviously this is kind of like one of the things on the to-do list. This needs to have a skin put on it and everything. It totally needs to be lit up though. Every time I come through this portal here, it's just kind of like a death zone full of creepers and zombies and husks and all sorts. But not all of these villages. I've obviously Villagers Hall is completely full now. There's a guy in every place. Not everyone has had their trades completely done. It should be like 1 stone for an emerald. So you can see that this guy's done. I think we're allowed to trade at 8 stone at a time without causing inflation. But I think if you come down, like this guy's got 8, so he's only been zombificated twice or something, and then this guy has not been fully unlocked yet. So I need to do a little bit of work here, getting everyone fully unlocked. I need to light up this area as well. I think I'm going to do that first. If I zombificate the villagers and then wander off outside their kind of like spawn range, they're going to despawn. So kind of like I want to kind of like make sure that I remain in proximity when zombies villagers, because I don't have enough name tags to get all of these named. So I'm going to come over here with the lighting box and with my box of emeralds, and I'm going to trade with these unlocked ones. I'm going to be going for the quartz. Probably about an hour later, so we have got torches spammed, making the area safer. We have got a shulker of quartz blocks, a shulker of quartz pillars. With the blackstone, I've kind of like got half a, what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the shulker out of here, and let me just grab my everything. I'll probably take the full shulker and leave the half full shulker here. And then when I empty, it will fill up. It'll be fine. So I've got that. Deep slate. Now, last night on stream, I had completely lost my beacons. I was really struggling to find 1 or 2. I managed to find 1, I think. Currently, that is at the Guardian farm. I put 4 beacons here because I wanted to do all the effects because I was building in this area. That I'm not going to kind of like put these 4 beacons down by the Guardian farm, but I'm going to take them up. And I'm going to take them up, and I'm going to take down the... I could leave the beacon base here, really, couldn't I? Shall I? No, I'm going to take it up. At least for the time being. I mean, eventually, I am going to build a super smelter here as well. Whilst we're here, we do need to make sure that we put... We need to make sure that we put the stuff that we've just farmed, so in here we've got the smooth stone cooking. We need to make sure that we are also cooking the quartz, because it's not the quartz that we want. That's not what we want. That's what we want. We want smooth quartz. So we are putting blocks of quartz into that furnace, like so. Oops. And then I'm just going to empty my inventory into that there, just for a moment, as I nip up here, because I know that in here I'm going to have lots of kelp that I'm going to be crafting up. And there we go, we have one furnace set up cooking out the smooth quartz blocks, and we have another furnace set up cooking out the smooth stone. So in going back to what we were doing before we just fell down that very quick little rabbit hole, we'll just take this ender chest here. We were mining up the beacon base because we need to go and grab ourselves I want to say brimstone, I totally want to say brimstone, deep slate. Now this makes a lot more sense now. When I kind of like started moaning the deep slate, I didn't have to go out far. And looking at this, so my spawn location is right up the top here. I've not explored to the north of my base at all. I've just gone south. And even kind of like when I went to find like the nether setup, that's going to be down here somewhere. And I've got the desert village set up over there. There's more locations that kind of like need to be banned really. But yeah, I know that the Church of the Ender Dragon is kind of like around here somewhere, and I've got a deep slate. Let's try and point. My Church of the Ender Dragon is probably going to be around here somewhere, and then I've got like a deep slate mine. I've got ungenerated terrain just about here, really easy to get to. And a few hours of mining later, we've got some big holes going on where I've been getting lost and stuff, but we have got ourselves back here yet again. I have managed to get my deep slate. I forgot the carpets. I was bound to forget something, wasn't I? I'll have to nip back and get those at some point. But I've got my stone, I've got my quartz. I am going to hit record on the replay mod. Hopefully we should have some music becoming apparent now. I've got the furnaces and everything. So I will see you guys in a bit. This is it. This is much nicer. So essentially we go up. We need to sort out a portal. Essentially we need to have a portal where we come in with a helicopter or something. I'll just show you what I mean. It's like at the moment the portal is just kind of like on a bit of glass that's like the remnants of the glass shelf and stuff. So the portal's just there. So I still need to do that. I do get that. But that was kind of like a fun thing to do on stream, mainly on stream. And obviously I've kind of like finished it off, kind of like later. So we come down here, we've got like, mainly a deep slate tunnel with a kind of like black stone floor. We come into here, kind of like got the warped and we've got the cyan glass. And we're coming up here and just kind of like putting, even though it's pretty plain, it's just it's a much better place to kind of like hang out. But I need to sort out these because these are what I've been working here. Obviously, all these chests are completely full of stuff. So I've got so much prismarine drops at the moment. It's absolutely bonkers. But yeah, I don't like the way these ones aren't quite so full, so I could technically leave it, but I'll probably spend like half an hour or so. There is something though that has caught my attention. And that something is this. This is an Ilmango design. This is a Shulker farm. It doesn't, well, it actually looks incredibly complicated to build. The scary thing, let's see if we can go into creative mode here. Spectator, that's what I want, spectator mode. The thing that's going to be the hardest bit is going to be getting a Shulker in there. But all of the materials I can access. I might even have. There's kind of like there's another bit of this kind of like on the nether side as well. But I can't see why I can't have a stab at this. I'm going to need to find an ocean. So this is what I think I'm going to be working on this week. Managed to get myself. Okay, I have managed to get myself one and a bit. I think with glass that I've got at home, I can kind of like rustle up 2 shulkers of glass. I need 4 shulkers, so I am going to have to spend a little bit of time at the mason farm because that's going to be the best place to get emeralds at the moment. After a fair few hours at the mason farm, I have managed to get myself a fair few emeralds. However, now I'm completely out of gold and golden apples, so mainly it's the apples that I'm short of rather than the gold. So I'm now going to try and find that farmer factory build that I did like years and years and years ago, see if I can grab some apples. Oh, this place is dire. This is kind of like made from, well, a year ago and something. My player's massively improved. This just needs to be redone, essentially, doesn't it? I mean, the farms are rubbish. I mean, what we actually got in these chests? Mainly beetroot seeds. I mean, why are we even collecting beetroot seeds? Who knows? We got the apples, and we found a random chest full of double carrots, which was going to totally leave there. Useful find though. Useful find. And we're done. We have the glass acquired. This is also a place that really needs to be. I mean, it didn't look so bad, but then we built this railway system because we had to do some village transport and we never bought it. We could just take this down now, in fact, couldn't we? This build itself, this is pretty good. The village breeder can stay there. I think it's one of the ones that have kind of like been broken since some sort of update where villagers kind of like fell out of the beds and they, yeah. So, but I think kind of like the setup we have at the Mason Hall. This I need to do something with, but yeah, we'll take this redstone track down and everything, because that build there, it's okay. It's me developing my style. So we need a spare bit of ocean, which I seem to have found pretty near my spawn location. Just to give you an idea of how close that is to kind of like my spawn location. That's my gold farm, that's kind of like my spawn area. This is the portal that is going to link through to where the shulker farm is going to be. There's going to be shenanigans going on around this portal because it is a design which uses the nether as well, so we're going to be using the nether roof, I think. But I think that's going to be far enough away that we're going to be safe. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is correct. I've been... Oh, hang on, it's not correct at all. That scaffolding needs to come down. I have been using not only Nembom's tutorial, but I've also been kind of like heavily reliant on Blackmatica because this is an incredibly complicated build. So I'm just going to take this down here, and take those down there, and then we have that kind of like that minecart going around infinitely. On the other side, the only kind of like thing that I've kind of like added to the Blackmatica build was this hopper chain coming down here. I mean, yes, I could be a bit friendlier here. I could kind of, I say friendlier, and it's kind of like one of those things where this is fine for a single player world, but if I was kind of like playing on ISV or something, I'd probably swatch it out and have the droppers dropping things down into a hopper rather than just having that long hopper chain. So yeah, that is for the Shulker people, isn't it? And then down here I have another portal. I can step through this portal, and there I have my main overworld pod. So the main thing I need to do now is transport a Shulker from the end to a specific spot in the overworld. Just let me sleep quickly. I need to transport a Shulker to begin with up into this sort of region up here. So to do that, I've been thinking about the steps that I need to take. I need to get a Shulker into a minecart in the end. I then need to transport that Shulker back to the end island. I then need to piston that Shulker through the end portal by spawn-proofing the kind of like the end island buttons. So he will be transported. The Shulker will then be transported back to spawn. I then need to get that Shulker back into a minecart and transport him up there. I think it's probably going to be easier just to kind of like travel the 1,000, 2,000 blocks in the overworld rather than going through spawn, because we're not far away. What's going on here, because it's a little bit dangerous, but I'll try my best, I think. You're going to have to look at my hotbar, I'm sorry, that's the thing. We have, up there, we have a Shulker in a minecart, and we also have a railroad all the way back to spawn. So before we get the Shulker onto the railroad and put a furnace minecart behind it, we are going to go back to spawn and button round the nether, the gateway, the 0-0 gateway to the overworld, and just make sure that's completely thing. And then I think we have to get a Shulker onto a piston. I have just dropped a minecart down here, so it's kind of like banged against the salt and come down here. It picked up the Shulker in the that was kind of like in the middle of the portal there, and it's kind of like dropped it into the correct place. So now when this Shulker dies, and this Shulker's been going, you know, probably for a good half hour now or something. I think if we kind of like check our chests, we're going to have a fair few Shulker shells in there. So I have got a spare, and it will send through. Hopefully that was just a one-off. We'll just leave this, I think, for a couple of hours. We'll come back and we'll see how the situation's changed. Obviously this will be publicly loaded, so I can go away and come back and do different things, and hopefully, you know, if there is a Shulker stuck there, our solution probably might be just to kind of like ka-ching, ka-ching, you know, just drop a minecart down. That might be what we do. We've got any minecarts in there? No, that's empty now. Possibly we should put minecarts in there. Let's see if we can do that without being spotted. 3 in. And I've got one on me. Well, I guess that's where the minecarts are ending up. That's not right either. So, again, I don't know what the fix is, because there should be a minecart going around here. I'm going to go back to the overworld, and I will put 2 minecarts with a 30-second gap through the system. Hopefully that fixes. I've broken the portal down here deliberately, and every time you look at that, the Shulker's going mad, so it's a bit scary. And I've broken all the armor stands. I've put the 2 armor stands back into the dispenser. So now I need to go back to I need to light this portal. I need to get the Shulkers out of there, and I need to do it while teleporting. Go back to the overworld. Put 2 armor stands down that will teleport straight through to this, then come back in here, press the buttons on the dispensers to send those armor stands back through the correct portal. And that means that the portal's been broken, so hopefully that will help with the minecart situation as well. Okay, somehow we've managed to get an armor stand just here. I don't know how that's happened, because I had 4 armor stands, I didn't make any more armor stands, and now I believe there are the correct number of armor stands. There's not one there. Lots of people are having the same sort of problem that I'm having. The solution ain't pretty. The solution ain't pretty at all. The top bit of this needs to go up 2 blocks. So I am going to have to dismantle the top bit and move up 2 blocks, I suppose. I'd forgotten that there's not button, which is quite useful. Because that means it essentially swings the trapdoor down here, so the golems can't pathfind to the shulker anymore, so they stop shooting, so the shulker stop shooting, so we stop having shulkers regenerate, which is going to make a little bit of maintenance on this thing a whole lot easier. I've also got a case of shulkers spawning to places where they really shouldn't be able to spawn to. That was supposed to be the reserve shulker. So that shulker should be in a minecart. Down here. When playing around with this portal, I've had to move it a fair bit up. We've moved up 7 blocks in total for it to finally get it to link correctly. So this whole nether bit is also going to have to go up about 7 blocks. So that's going to take a little bit of time. We have got a situation, as you can see. Let me press F1, where we're doing this. So I just went back to spawn. I'm going to drink one of these. I am going to get my thing back. Here we go. You can't quite see it from here, but it's funny. That would be one word for it. And a little on the alarming side. I'm going to die soon. I don't think those shulker bullets can track me, but the situation down here, I'll let you see for yourself. Funny. That's the only word I can. It shouldn't look like this. This is just wrong. Breaking and reigniting the portal where the hopper minecarts were gathering. Hopefully that's recalibrated that particular portal, so that's going to be going into the right place now. I want to kill that shulker, and I want to kill the shulker that's on the minecart just here, and then hopefully if I leave it alone, it's all fixed. And I'm just thinking about the best way to kill those 2 shulkers. Okay, I have made a great deal of progress. Mainly I've been doing this on stream, so if you want to watch my streams, that's www.twitch.com/ that's bad. Well, it's not that bad, but I kind of wish it hadn't happened. I need to be careful when I'm floating around up here because this area is full of shulkers. I'm just going to go into spec mode, just show you what the issues I'm having at the moment. I've made a mistake. The mistake is this block here needs to be an activator rail. And that means that occasionally minecarts are going to come in through this portal, I think. Yeah, come in through this portal, come down here, and go over the activator rail before they come down here and drop down with a shulker and be like the reserve shulker. And so when that happens, yeah, it's magic, I don't know, stuff. So that minecart is possibly, I might have to press a button somewhere, I don't know. But I was thinking about how I'm going to do this. I am going to be really careful. I'm going to get this up. I'm going to make sure I have an activator rail on me. No, what are they called? Now I'm a little bit cautious because when I do this, I'm killing all of the reserve shulkers, and I'm going to hope that the main shulker in the main farm, nothing bad is going to happen to whilst that happens. Now it's been running for half an hour or so and nothing bad has happened yet, so I think it's pretty stable. There's no way I can drink, so I'm going to come down, and I'm going to bang my way through this. And that's going to happen, of course it is. And I've got no powers on me either. Finally, I think I have got it. I have got, let's see. Have we got a spare shulker sitting in here? I have. Am I in, if you look at my well, you can't because I've just kind of like had to do a restart for various things. I have been using a lot of creative mode as well as survival and spectator, and it's still taking many hours. This is a, this has been hard work. It's been hard work. The portal's misaligned, and the only way I could do, there's only so, yeah, where's my thing? There's only so much I can do to kind of like fix things. So at the moment, the loader is here. It's actually underneath the bedrock. I had to move the bedrock. The floor that should have been on the bedrock, I had to move that down beneath the bedrock. So the bedrock's just there, that's gone down there. I've also had to move, so then we've got things that are going on up there. I've also had to move this portal down because when I've moved that lowest portal down beneath the bedrock, when I was sending minecarts through the top portal, they were actually kind of like coming out through the middle portal rather than the top portal. So that's not altered. Oh, look at that! It's gorgeous, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. So kind of like I've had to move that down, and then I had to move this portal up because things going through this portal were teleporting to the main portals in the overworld, so I've had to kind of like do a lot of jiggling around with the portals, in various dimensions, above the bedrock, beneath the bedrock. It's been a bit crazy, I tell you, been a bit crazy, but I think we've got it now. So let me explain how this farm works. If we start here. Go to F3N. There we go. I'll just try and do it with survival and spec. So we have a shulker which is getting shot by snow golems. The snow golems also occasionally hit this target block which powers the redstone dust. Yeah, so the shulkers will teleport to any of these glass planes. They can't teleport anywhere else because everywhere else has been severely buttoned. Yeah, and then when they open, they teleport through to the nether. So loads and loads of shulkers are constantly teleporting through to the nether because every so often this guy will try and duplicate, and when he dupes, the old one dupes and the new one stays there. So every time that happens, he's getting full health. Yeah. Then when the shulkers teleport through to the nether, let's see if we can do this quickly. Boom. They end up here. We've got some armor stands there just to kind of like as a bit of spawn proofing. It doesn't seem to be that effective, to be honest, because he's sitting in the same place as the armor stand. But these are the shulkers that are kind of like teleporting across. They're coming through this often, so they can teleport onto this glass or they can teleport onto this glass. They can't teleport anywhere else. Yeah. So they can teleport up here as well. So this minecart's constantly going around collecting up shulkers and putting them in here where they get instantly to death. And this down here, which is still above the bedrock, is where the shulkers are being collected. So whilst I've been kind of like toying around with this farm, I have got loads of shulker shells. Like, probably doubled my shulker shell count already. I did say shulkers can teleport up here. This is the other place they can teleport up to this thing down here. Yeah, and these are essentially spares. Just in case the shulker in the main farm dies. Yeah, so if the shulker in the main farm dies, the target block will no longer power the redstone beneath it. And that essentially will send a signal that will trigger a minecart to come through here. The minecart will go over this detector rail, come down here, pick up one of these shulkers and drop down here. Because this detector rail is going to be powered, it will power this powered rail, meaning that this shulker will come through and go through this portal here. It will come out here, and the shulker will come up and go through here. Yeah, so essentially they're both the shulker is being ejected so that they can both go through the portal. So we come out here. Yeah. The shulker will the minecart will come out here, drop down here, and drop down here. The shulker tends to teleport again where the armor stones are actually. Be picked up and will come down there in his minecart, and then he's kind of like as a spare. So when this redstone signal gets activated, yeah, which is triggered by that redstone dust underneath the target block not being powered, yeah, after a while this trapdoor will open. This shulker, he will then fall down, and he will fall down onto this rail here, because that's trapdoor is directly above the rail, powered rail, so he'll come down here, into here, into here. This is activator rail here, so he will teleport to the only possible spot he can, which is on that spot there, just on this bit of glass, and the system is all set up to kind of like go again. So about every second I'm killing a shulker and getting the thing, and this will run automatically. The farm is constantly loaded, not because we built it near spawn, but because it has an auto loader. Yeah, so we've got a hopper clock being powered, and every time it triggers, a minecart will come in, go in there, and get dispensed. Yeah, and that is the one that goes to underneath the nether. So the nether is being loaded by minecarts being thrown at it through the overworld, and the overworld is being loaded by minecarts being thrown at it from the nether. Yeah, so that minecart will come up here, it'll be broken against the cactus, come out through this piston here, and just go straight off again. Yeah. Every 15 game ticks is a new minecart doing that. So things I need to do. I need to break the bedrock. I think I can't, or break the bedrock somewhere around here without trying to destroy too much stuff. And I need to kind of like edit this video, I suppose, because this is kind of like it's late now and I don't have any time and stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll do a proper outro in a moment. 1 moment later. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I kind of like this has been a lot of work. It has been a couple of weeks. I still need to do things like kind of like take down that netherite. I'm probably going to leave that till next time. And I know very much kind of like the spawn area, kind of like near my kind of like main sorting area. I kind of like want to go do some beautification up there. I'm kind of enjoying the small little projects that we're doing at the moment. Like I really enjoyed doing the interior of the ocean monument, so yeah, I think we'll start off kind of like doing something similar next time. I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.